It's a terrific Tuesday here on TTT, and we want you to get up and dance as Asa Johnson's Repertory Dance Theatre is presenting his Legacy Lives. It is happening this October, best month of the year, and to tell us more about dates, locations, and specifics, I'm joined by director Allison, Seepaul, and dancer Zidane Roopnarine. Good morning and welcome back.
Good morning.
Always a pleasure to have you as we continue to celebrate a prolific choreographer with over 5 decades of historic movement. I want to say historic movement because this is something that started back in 1972, right? And interestingly, this morning you reminded me that you perhaps would have been one of the first dancers to work under Astor. Is that correct?
Yes, actually, when he had his first concert at the town hall, I was on stage.
Wow.
I was much younger, and one of the ones who looked up to the other girls.
Oh, gosh. So in that case, he is reputed as one of the foremost Caribbean choreographers. So if you were to find a way to condense that legacy, if you will, how would you describe Astor's work in the dance community? Astor
was a visionary, and he was influenced by Beryl McBurney, by Julia Edwards. This is in Trinidad, and when he went abroad, because he studied English literature at Howard University, and he was also exposed to ballet and jazz and modern. So he fused what he knew from Beryl and Julia Edwards and what he gained from the people who were forerunners in the modern revolution of dance.
Beautiful movement.
If I could also add to what Miss Allison was saying.
Of course you can.
As his work comprises of ballet, contemporary, modern, African folk and Indian classical elements, I think that is what identifies and individualizes the Asa Johnson Repertory Dance Theatre from other performing companies, because both locally and internationally, of course, because we represent, and it was, I guess, it was Astor's motive to represent a Caribbean authenticity. So this is what we do and promote within the company.
And you see this as an actual dancer who, of course, knows the choreography and will be performing.
Of course, yeah.
I love that we continue to have these performances because there is the need to absolutely continue to share this incredible story and legacy. But this is not the first concert performance we've had in his honor, and it certainly won't be the last. So tell me about this one that is coming up on the 13th to the 15th at Queen's Hall.
This concert comprises a variety of dance styles, rhythms, also ages, because we have people on stage like Zidane, and then the more experienced dancers who have been there for a long time.
Okay.
So we have 10 pieces. We will be highlighting a song for Yemanja, which celebrates the goddess Yemanja, who is the goddess of water and seas. We also are looking at a piece. Astor had a lot of serious comments to make about life, but he was also someone who looked at life from a comical point of view. And there's a piece called For Better or For Worse, which is a dance mime satirizing a village wedding with all the ensuing bacchanal.
Oh, one thing about dance, we tell a story.
Absolutely. And then
this is what brings the theatrics within the company, because we not only dance, we act, we dramatize, we have the musicians. So that is what is Asa Johnson.
I love that you mentioned that it's, like you said, a number of persons coming together ultimately.
Yeah.
So could you tell me some of the choreography, or choreographers rather, whose work will be featured in the show?
So we have Terry Springer, who's also the artistic director for this season. We have Sonia Dumas. We have 2 guest companies, Metamorphosis Dance Company and Ibis TNT Performers, and that's under Shuma Burke. And I want to say that there's a piece that will be choreographed, that was choreographed by Zidane, performed by the Metamorphosis Dance Company.
And you're sitting here quietly giggling along an entire piece choreographed. The last time around, I don't think you had a featured piece.
No.
Congratulations.
But this is, again, this is what amplifies Asa Johnson, because the company gives the younger upcoming artists opportunities like this to be able to feature themselves and to be and take an active role within the company. So this is something I'm really excited about. And I think what gels together the entire production is that as choreographers, we have elements of Astor's principle of work, which involves the fusion of different dance genres with contemporary and African folk. So the piece that I will be doing is an Indian contemporary piece, and another choreographer, for example, Marlon Phillip, he's doing a lot of tribal and African movements with contemporary movements. So as you can see, it still gels and fits within the gold of Astor.
As he mentioned, I just want to say, as he mentioned Marlon Phillip, Marlon is using a lot of drumming accompaniment.
Nice.
And Astor's company, he always embraced the musicians. So we also have a dramology by our musicians.
It's beautiful. Now, World Dance Day is early in the year, so that's like April, I believe. And in terms of this latter part of the year, we've had a lot of activities from the company throughout the year. I know this is a culmination of sorts, but do we have any more activities to look forward to on the calendar?
We have a celebration of Beryl McBurney's birthday, so we'll be performing at that.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
In that case, where can we get those tickets to head on over on the 13th to the 15th to Queen's Hall?
Right. So the 13th is a school show. It's at 10 o'clock in the morning, and the CEO of the Ministry of Education has given his approval for students to attend.
Beautiful.
Tickets for the rest of for the general public can be had at the Queen's Hall box office, Breadbasket in St. Anne's, and from cast members.
Of course. Now, if we wanted to find you guys, because beyond the concert, we want to learn to dance. How do we do that, Zidane?
I think Miss Allison has that information.
Yes, absolutely. So we have classes twice a week because Astor was very strong on training. It was absolutely necessary to continue to keep the body in tune. On a Wednesday evening, we are at the Tranquility Church Hall from 6:30, right there on Victoria Avenue, and on Sundays from the Caribbean School of Dancing at the Caribbean School of Dancing at 11 o'clock. So come on down.
Now, generally, we ask if anybody needs to have any sort of prerequisites, experience, age limit, or anything of that?
At this time, we are focusing on adults, but we are hoping to open up our classes because at one point we did have classes for younger people.
So all hope is not lost. I
All
can
hope
take
is
my
not-
2 left feet onto the class.
Right.
All right, let's do it. In the meantime, we are getting ready to celebrate the legacy of Asa Johnson as the Asa Johnson Repertory Dance Theatre presents His Legacy Lives. Happening at Queen's Hall this weekend from October 13th to 15th. You can head to Queen's Hall's box office for those tickets, or any of the cast members and choreographers, as well as the third location?
Breadbasket in St. Anne's.
Breadbasket in St. Anne's.
Yes.
But we implore you to go, get moving, get up and dance, as the song says, and enjoy the legacy of Asa Johnson. Let me say thank you very much for you both joining me.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Next
to
time you come
here.
on, I hope that you dance on the set.
We would like you to dance.
Oh,
as well.
I will. Be careful what you wish for. But guys, stick around on the Now Morning Show. Your birthdays are coming up next. I will dance.